So I'd like to officially get the evening started. Welcome to the National Night Out 2018 Awards and Appreciation Ceremony. Again, we just want to thank everybody so much for being here this night, especially with the weather that we're experiencing right now. We really thank you for taking time to come out and join us. We're delighted that you could join us, not only our community coordinators, but many volunteers I see out in the crowd, as well as business partners, as we all work together to give Crime in Suffolk a going-away party. I'd like to ask Joan Turner to come forward to provide our invocation and to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Daly is going to assist her with the pledge.
I love Diana. May we all pray. Let's close our eyes and just take a deep breath. Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for allowing us to come to this place to say thank you to the community leaders, to the business partners, to the entire community, law enforcement, and all other departments and agencies throughout this great city, the city of Suffolk. We thank City Council, we thank City Manager, and all others who have allowed us to continue for the past many years to bring such an event to this city. We thank you, God. We thank you for the corroboration of everybody, the collaboration, the love, the support, and we just give you the honor and the praise for allowing all of this to come together to just give it a great big party of saying no more crime in the city of Suffolk. We thank you and we praise your name. Amen.
We would stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan and Mr. Daly. Well, our tradition continues, and there's no doubt about it. No one else in Hampton Roads, or Virginia, in fact, throws a party for National Night Out like we do here in Suffolk. And I'd like to recognize a guest joining us this evening, Councilman Mike Duman. We certainly appreciate your attendance with us this evening as well, sir. This year's event was phenomenal, with literally thousands of citizens coming together across the entire city in what was our largest celebration to date. None of our successes and 4 first-place national awards would have been possible without the hard work, dedication, and commitment displayed by the countless event organizers and volunteers who worked tirelessly for months coordinating celebrations enjoyed by our citizens on August 7th. And to each of you, we say thank you. As observed in recent events, we live in a time and place where across the country there is so much division, but thankfully, here in Suffolk, we still stand together in mutual respect and support of one another and our public safety heroes who serve and protect us. Make no mistake, it takes concerned citizens like each of you, taking ownership of your communities, looking out for your neighbors, and working with our public safety officers. You truly make a difference in the quality of life for all of us. While National Night Out is perceived as a going-away party for crime, in Suffolk, it's much more than that. It's a night where not only relationships are shaped, but lifelong memories are made for young and old alike. Please join me now in welcoming National Night Out Committee member Cathy Richards, president of the Suffolk Crime Line. She'll share her remarks and introduce a brief video of some of the highlights from the big night. Cathy.
Thank you so much. Members of the Suffolk Crime Line Board participated in the different tours this year at National Night Out and passed out giveaways in different neighborhoods. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to see and meet so many of you, and the food was great too. This is something we all look forward to each year, and it would not have been possible without the hard work and dedication from each one of you. You are what makes this event so successful. At this time, I would like to turn your attention to the screens to watch a brief video of the good times everybody had at their events. Hit it, Andy.
Thank you, Cathy. I think we can definitely agree a great time was certainly had by all. Officers playing catch with youth with smiles behind their face paint, toddlers being hoisted up into the cab of shiny red fire engines, checking out all the bells and whistles, mouth-watering summer favorites on the grill, old-fashioned cloggers teaching dance moves to young and old alike, marching bands and drum lines performing to lead us into the excitement of a new school year and football season. And speaking of football, how about an entire team coming out to volunteer their assistance during setup and then enjoying the party later that evening with members of public safety? These are just a few of the special memories made that evening. Please join me in giving everyone involved a round of applause for their participation. Each year, the number of communities, civic leagues, homeowners associations, churches, fraternal organizations, and businesses coming together to show their support continues to grow, and thankfully many of you all have joined us this evening. We'll be changing our presentation somewhat this year, as individual certificates of appreciation will be provided at a reception following this evening's presentation. And then we ask that everyone join us in the council conference room next door to receive your certificate, as well as to enjoy some food and additional fellowship with one another. Major Patterson, if you would assist me with this. As I call each name, I would ask that all neighborhood or community coordinators, volunteers, or sponsors associated with that event come forward to be recognized, pause for a picture, and then be seated. We have a draft presentation that we'll be using just for photo purposes as well. Right there. Just that. Okay, we have Axe Community Church. Anybody from that group here with us this evening? Autumn Ridge Apartments. BWOH, Belleville Widows and Orphans Home, Temple Bethel, the Belleville Experience, BellX, with the events held at the Belleville Meadows Apartments. Anybody affiliated with that, please come forward. I see Mr. Flippins made it through traffic. He left me a voicemail message. He's been sitting for, what, about an hour? Burbage Grant Neighborhood Watch. Carver Memorial Cemetery and surrounding communities. These folks were new to National Night Out, and I just wanted to let you know that in speaking with them, it was an event that at first they weren't really sure if they wanted to get involved in. Then, the more they thought about it, they realized all of the violence that has affected our communities, the youth that have needlessly been interred at the cemetery there. They wanted to get that message out that this violence can't continue, so I certainly want to commend them for their involvement this year. We had some exciting events at both Chick-fil-A's, Chick-fil-A on Main Street as well as at College Drive. They unfortunately couldn't be with us this evening. The Choice Program. College Square Friends and Neighbors. Commons at Centerbrook. East Suffolk Gardens Civic League. The Greater Oakland and Chuckatuck Civic League, held at and with the assistance of Suffolk Fire and Rescue Station 9 in Chuckatuck, featuring Boy and Girl Scouts, the Greater Chuckatuck Historical Foundation, Kitty's Beauty Salon, several local churches, numerous other business sponsors, including, of course, Councilman Mike Dooman. Another rookie this year, the Hampton Inn on Route 10. Unfortunately, they couldn't be with us this evening either. Hampton Roads Crossing Condominium Association. Harbor Breeze Lifestyle Apartments. Hilton Garden Inn Harborview. Hollywood Jericho Civic League. Huntersville Community. Ignite Church. Lake Kennedy Civic League. Lake Mead Estates Homeowners Association. We were thrilled to have these rookies joining us this year. They put on a wonderful event. Meridian Harborview Apartments. Another rookie. National Night Out at Obacy and Health Fair, including Centera Obacy Hospital with numerous surrounding communities, invaluable assistance from Suffolk Public Schools, 7-Eleven, Suffolk Elks Lodge, Suffolk Business Women, Suffolk Art League, Keep Suffolk Beautiful, Joe Bagley VFW, Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts, Subway, Marine Corps Recruiting Station, the Mount Church, Riverbend Church, Suffolk Family YMCA, U.S. Army Recruiting Center, Army National Guard, Western Tidewater Regional Jail, FM 99 WNOR, the Fox 106.9, and then since we probably couldn't fit them across this entire dais, we had literally probably an additional 100 sponsors, businesses, and other volunteers. Again, just an unbelievable effort. Old Mill Creek. We were thrilled to have Old Mill join us again. After a several-year hiatus, they put on a wonderful event. The Orlando Civic League, Greater First Baptist Church Orlando, New Paul Temple and Metropolitan Baptist Church, Pewsville Civic League, South Suffolk Pleasant Hill Civic Association, You got here just in time, sir. Spruce Street Communities, Tyne Street, and God is Real Ministries. Suffolk Barber and Beauty, with the assistance of numerous downtown businesses, including the Style Shop, Sonny's Guys and Dolls, Circle of Friends, Suffolk Christian Fellowship Church, Herb's Original Cuts, and that's just to name a few. Not able to join us this evening due to football practice, which I think they might have gotten rained out, with Suffolk Intercity Athletic Association. They've been with us for years. Please welcome Suffolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, including the communities of Hoffler, Cypress Manor, Parker Riddick, Colander Bishop, and Corey Park Apartments. West End Lakeside Civic League. The West Side Civic League, including Boston and Williamstown. Whaleyville Ruritan Club, joined again this year by the Cypress Ruritan Club. And if you joined us late, I know that we did have a few folks come in. If you don't mind, if you would introduce yourselves, we certainly wanted to be able to take a photo as well. Old Mill Creek, please come up and join us again, Beth, for another photo. We'll bring the whole crew again. We'll update that photo. Anybody else joining us late that did not have their community recognized? Okay. Thank you, Beth. Also, we had another guest joining us. If we could bring up once again Spruce Street Communities, Tyne Street, and God is Real Ministries. Stay put. I love being able to give him orders for a change. I said, stay put, and he listened. Stay. The list of participating businesses and sponsors is equally as long as the groups that I just recited for you this evening. Again, just a tremendous effort by everyone involved. We extend a special thanks to all of you for the difference you make in your communities and for being such a vital part of what makes Suffolk such a wonderful city. Visiting each of these communities in a motorcade, we've had to expand to 9 different tours where a group of dedicated citizens who had the difficult task of judging the events based on criteria such as advanced publicity, outside sponsorship, attendance, decorations, scheduled activities, and whether crime prevention was highlighted at the event. Those judges included youth volunteers from the Suffolk Boys and Girls Club and other civic-minded youth in our community. Additional adult judges included our special guests this year, men and women of Suffolk Probation and Parole, sworn and civilian employees of the Suffolk Police Department, and city staff from various departments. Many of them are off to college, on vacation, or at athletic team practices, but for those volunteer judges that are able to join us this evening, please stand. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank all of the members of the Suffolk National Night Out Committee and ask that they please stand, several behind me, several in our audience, if they would stand again and be recognized for all the hard work that they've done. As we were kind of jokingly talking before we actually got started this evening, this group has really worked together for years. We've become like family, and again, it's part of the reason why I think National Night Out has been so successful. Now on to the portion of tonight's program we've all been waiting for, the awards for participation for this year's event. Okay. Honorable mention, Old Mill Creek Community. We could have just had you guys stand up here a little bit longer, couldn't we have?
Good news is I'm going to let you keep this one.
Our judges noted that this was a great stop that included a petting zoo, a bounce house, lots of fun activities, and I quote, lots of food. Congratulations. Our top business. This award goes to Centera Obacy Hospital. They've been on board the National Night Out train now for 6 years, first hosting an event and health fair at the hospital site on Godwin Boulevard, and now a major part of the hugely popular National Night Out at OBC and Health Fair at Kings Fork Middle School event. They've brought free medical tests to the community, including cholesterol screenings, A1C testing, blood pressure, back-to-school vaccinations, and so much more. They've shared invaluable medical resources for our citizens, including cancer support services, diabetes education, nutrition services, respiratory services, stroke navigator, and so much more. Without a doubt, these community events have created strong communities, and a strong community is a healthy community, and then, of course, we all know that a healthy community is a happy community as well. Next, our Rookie of the Year. This award goes to the combined groups including Belleville Widows and Orphans Home, Temple Bethel, the Belleville Experience in Bell X, held at the Belleville Meadows Apartments. Mr. Flippins, Ms. Merritt, if you would join us. This first-time effort was awesome, according to judges, and was a real family affair with neighborhood participation, good music, good activities, good fun, and good food. Again, do we see a trend here by our judges? Nice job.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Now for our Best Community Awards. Second place, West End Lakeside. Judges noted that this event put the unity in community with gladiator games, music, basketball, and other games and activities for the youth and fun for everyone. Again, great work as always, Mr. Ely, with your team. Now, first place, Burbage Grant Neighborhood Watch. We're going to have to start getting autographs from these folks because I tell you what, they bring this tradition every year. They are terrific folks. They put on a spectacular event. Judges noted there was a lively and fun atmosphere with line dancing enjoyed by all, volleyball, entertainment for all ages, and again, just thank you so much for the amazing support over the years. Now our Best Combined Community. Second place, South Suffolk Pleasant Hill Civic Association. Reverend Wiggins, great job, sir. He's excited. Hey, well, we can just have him turn around real quick. We'll get a picture of this first because he's kind of bragging right here. Judges said that this was a well-thought-out event that was amazing in its attendance, very good neighborhood participation, and again, fun for all. Great job. Now for our first place combined communities. Suffolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority. Again, including Hoffler Apartments, Cypress Manor, Parker Riddick, Colander Bishop, Corey Park Apartments. These folks have been participating in National Night Out in our city since day one. They can always be counted on to bring the party to the next level. Judges noted there was lots of participation in community spirit. They were especially impressed with the great networking that was going on and with the variety of resource displays that were available for citizens. Again, just another wonderful job. And then in case you were wondering, due to overwhelming community support, phenomenal attendance, and amazing efforts year after year, this year we're awarding what will now be known as the official National Night Out Grand Finale Site Awards, starting first with the Greater Oakland and Chuckatuck Civic League. And I'd ask that anyone affiliated with that group please join us for a photo. They're winners now for the last 9 years, starting with their rookie year. Judges commented that this was an excellent event with a great turnout. They wanted their students to start off the school year on the right foot, and they provided a school supply giveaway. Held at Suffolk Fire and Rescue Station 9 in Chuckatuck, guests were treated to delicious food, great entertainment, lots of children's activities, scout displays, and fun for the entire family. Supported by a large number of sponsors and neighborhood churches, the Greater Oakland and Chuckatuck Civic League has proven once again that they certainly know how to throw a party. Another of our grand finale sites was, of course, National Night Out at Obacy and Health Fair. If our folks would please join us. Coosey Hamlin, Mr. and Mrs. Hamlin, Marianne Walston, Pamela Smith, unbelievable cast of characters and organizers, volunteers, businesses, churches, and as I noted earlier, more than 100 sponsors. What can I say? This event was absolutely astonishing. Numbers don't lie. They served over 800 hamburgers, 1,600 hot dogs, 450 subs, I think cut 3 ways if I'm not mistaken, to more than 4,400 hungry, appreciative guests in attendance. And again, this is just a phenomenal event. In fact, you could almost say it was a mini state fair. They included, as I mentioned earlier, free health screenings courtesy of Sentara Obacy Hospital, an abundance of children's activities, bounce houses, petting zoo, Zumba demonstrations, Suffolk's very own national award-winning Peanut City Cloggers, live entertainment, including local radio personalities, an art island, courtesy of the Suffolk Art League, with a 16-foot-long public safety mural painted by citizens and children, a recycling project to benefit an upcoming Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts project, and everybody's favorite, as we saw in the video, the Kings Fork Marching Band. They kept everybody entertained the entire night. Truly something for everyone of all ages. I don't know how this event could possibly be improved upon, as they even received national recognition last year from the National Association of Town Watch for their efforts. Again, just a phenomenal job. Now for our final award, the Spirit Award, given to a person who embodies the spirit of National Night Out and who has given tirelessly to her community. I've witnessed firsthand the compassion and commitment this person has for the entire community, not only as it relates to National Night Out, but in her day-to-day work as well. Her tireless efforts have been a tremendous benefit to tens of thousands of guests who have attended National Night Out events across our city for the last 6 years. You'll remember I mentioned earlier that a happy community is also a healthy community. Please join me in thanking Marianne Walston. Marianne. For those of you who might not be aware, Meridian is the Director of Critical and Intermediate Care for Sentara Obacy Hospital, one of the team organizers as well as one of the co-chairs, and then again, just a phenomenal person. Please put your hands together for all of our award recipients this evening. Now I'd like to welcome to the podium Major Steve Patterson for closing remarks from the Suffolk Police Department. Major.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. I know the weather's a little challenging, but I do appreciate everyone coming out for this tonight. It takes great pride, not only from the police department, but all of the public safety partners are here tonight, of seeing you here and what we experience on National Night Out. Every year it gets better. Every year we see new treats. This year I had a snow cone that was very, very delicious, and that's what got me a hug up here. But that was very, very good snow cone. I had a little funny story I'll tell you about later with the snow cone. Everybody was laughing as we were riding around, but it was pretty funny. So, you know, I just echo with everything we've said tonight. I mean, it's just another great year. A lot of our communities are getting bigger. The events are getting bigger. Sometimes that's good news. Sometimes it ends up being bad news, but we really like the fact that they are growing. I'd like, on behalf of Chief Bennett and men and women of the police department, just to say thank you Thank you for inviting us out into your neighborhoods. We enjoy coming out, interacting with you. I hope we didn't make too many people mad with the whistles we left behind, because I know a couple of neighborhoods I left, I heard those whistles, and I said, man, there's going to be some mad parents before the night's over with. But it worked out well. I hope everyone enjoyed the little trinkets, and we really look forward to next year. But before we move on, I'd like to do two things. One, I'd like to thank a lot of people. Number one, the communities. Everyone's here tonight. Everyone who's not here tonight, you put a lot of time, effort, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into your events, and it can tell. When we come around and judge them, we see them, we see who puts in effort. We know who's trying. And, if nothing else, you get together, meet your neighbors, and you have a good time that night. I'd also like to thank, number one, our city government, from Councilman Dooman and other councilmen and city management and our city departments. I mean, everybody jumps in and helps out with this. There's kind of some unsung heroes that you don't see on our committee a lot, or they're on the committee, but you don't see them here, and they're not here tonight, and that's our Parks and Recreation staff. They come out every year and put out a lot of stages and tents, cones, light towers. I mean, things are just getting put up all over the city. They help out a lot of these neighborhoods, and it really makes a big impact. If we didn't have them supporting us, we wouldn't be able to accomplish what we do citywide with National Night Out. Sheriff's Office, Commonwealth Attorneys, Police Department, Fire Department, everybody jumps in. And this year we added some newbies on, and that's Suffolk Probation and Parole. And they've come out, and Ms. Torrance, thank you for supporting us, and look forward to working with you on National Night Out in the future. I think we'll continue to build on that very nicely. One thing I would like to say is I would like to thank Diana Klink and her media staff. If you knew what went on National Night Out night, how many different cameras are out there, drones, everything are out trying to get media, like you saw in the video tonight, to spread the word of what we do. And the final thing I'd like to say is, I believe, I may be wrong, this is the second year we've said lock it, don't lose it. So in 2019, I want us to change that slogan. I want us to have to come up with something new. So please go back to your communities. Please stress to them, lock it, don't lose it. We are still having a real big problem with car doors being left unlocked. We got groups of young people who just go through neighborhoods and all they're doing is jiggling door handles. And they're going in, credit cards, guns, computers, phones, tablets, whatever you're leaving in your car is free game, and they're taking it. So I encourage you to go back to your neighborhoods. I encourage everyone who's listening tonight, tell your neighborhoods, let's work on changing the slogan for 2019 to something different other than lock it, don't lose it. Now, I realize I'm standing between you and the nice snacks that Ms. Klink has next door for us, so I'm going to end it with that. Thank you once again, and I hope to see everybody next year.
Thank you again, Major Patterson. I'd also like to remind everybody here this evening that we, of course, are always seeking ways to improve our celebration of National Night Out and value your opinions and suggestions. If you haven't already completed and submitted the participation survey online, we do have some printed surveys for you. If you would just take a moment, share your thoughts and observations, provide back to a committee member. And then wanted to also let you know that following the submission of these, we'll be randomly choosing a winner to receive a free Ring video doorbell valued at $200. A wonderful tool to help you keep your family and home safe. They were one of the national sponsors for National Night Out this year, and because of Suffolk celebration, they actually sent us a doorbell to go ahead and raffle off to one of our citizens. So again, as I mentioned, we're being recognized on a national level for what you all do. Thank you for joining us this evening and for being a part of what makes Suffolk so special. We'll now have our benediction by our fellow National Night Out Committee member, James Daly, after which we invite everyone to please join us at the front of the chamber. We're going to do a group photo first before we join each other right next door for the receipt of our individual certificates of appreciation and for refreshments in the council conference room. Thank you again.
Stand, please. Lord, I want to thank you for this evening. Thank you for everyone that turned out tonight. Thank you for them getting here safe and sound. Hope that when they return home, everything will be as they left it. Now, I want to bless them, guide them, and protect them. And thank you for this food that we're about to receive, for the nourishment of our bodies. For Christ's sakes, amen.